Welcome you to Red Sox Game Day Live, presented by Plymouth Rock. 3 All-Stars. Last year you only had 1, so that alone shows where this team is compared to where last year's team was at that point. But all 3 players are homegrown, and I was looking this up. It's the first time you had multiple All-Stars, all of whom were homegrown. Since 1992, Roger Clemens and Wade Boggs were going. So it really speaks to the development that's gone on here.
It does. It's a credit to our whole baseball operation. They've done a terrific job. Alex said it the other day that this organization has been doing a lot of good things at the minor league level for a long time. Huge congrats to Rafi and to Tanner and to Jaron. It's so exciting. And you think about the fact that they're all under 28 years old. It's just a glimpse to what the future of this team is going to be, and we also don't take our eyes off the present. What they're doing out there this year so far has been really special and really exciting.
You made a substantial financial commitment to Rafael Devers, and I know it's about his play on the field. That's what it's all about. But you also want leadership when you're making that kind of investment, and you have a young player saying, you know what, I'm going to pass up the party. I'm not going to go to the All-Star game because I need to rest my shoulder for what I think is going to be an important second half. What does that say about Devers? What does it mean to the Boston Red Sox?
Well, Rafi is a incredible leader. It's why we did what we did with respect to the contract. As you mentioned, homegrown, been a part of the organization basically most of his life now. And for him to recognize that it's probably better to rest the shoulder and get right and be where he needs to be for the second half is just a credit and a tribute to him. People don't realize this about Rafi, but he's a throwback. He's a Jim Rice kind of guy. I mean, I remember hearing that he wasn't a fan of some of the rule changes where you can't block the plate anymore. Like he likes the collisions, and he always plays hurt. So the fact that he's aching a little bit, it's probably the right call.
He's also the guy who back at spring training said, we know what we need. We want this team to get where it's going. Now, you surpassed a lot of expectations here through 90 games. So what does this team need? I mean, it's got to be a different, and I know you're not going to give away any trade secrets, but there can't be any doubt that the last 6-7 weeks have dramatically changed where Craig Breslow might have his head going into the trade deadline.
Without question. I mean, this is a team that feels like they're on a mission, and they're focused on getting back to the top of the division. It's not that far away. It's a really exciting thing to think about. Where we were when we started the season and the sort of internal belief that this group has. It's fantastic. So, look, we just got to keep winning games. Let's just keep going. The market, it's early. Here we are, July 10th, 11th. It sounds funny, but it's still, a couple weeks away. The market has not started to really develop, and we'll see what happens over the next couple weeks. But obviously, you can never have enough pitching, and that's something that I know will be always at a premium. But we'll see what happens here over the next couple weeks. But we'll be ready when the opportunities come.
Yeah, congrats. You're one of 30 teams looking for pitching.
Yeah, exactly.
Even the teams not in it are looking for pitching this time of year. Craig Breslow was here yesterday, and we talked a little bit about this. But the whole idea of trading away future wins to getting a better shot at winning now. And that's probably something that, again, maybe in late April, early May wasn't really on the radar because this was still about building for the future. But the future seems to have arrived maybe a little sooner than you expected. Talk a little about that process, just weighing out the prospects, because, right, that's usually what you're talking about, trading prospects for somebody who can help this team accomplish something now. Take us into that dynamic in those conversations.
Well, listen, it's such a hard thing to do. We've talked about in the past to balance the job of ownership and the job of general manager, leader of your baseball operation. You have to be in the present, thinking about winning now, and you have to think about the following seasons. And other people will judge how we've done here in our 23 years. And as we go forward, it's hard. It's really hard because Alex and our coaching staff and our players do such a great job of knowing that they want to win every night. Every night they go out and take that field, they want to win that ball game, and we feel it. We feel it in management. We feel it in ownership. But sometimes you have to make decisions that are longer term oriented that are not popular. And that's the real hard part about being in sports management is you do have to make some unpopular decisions that don't give you that instant gratification or satisfaction. The good news is this group has done an extraordinary job, 50-40 coming into tonight in a playoff position. Eye set on trying to go and win this division. It's extraordinary, and we couldn't be happier.
And you've done that with the payroll that's in sort of the middle third, right? We've talked a lot. Everybody's talked. I've heard more payroll talk this year.
I hadn't heard any of that discussion.
I'll fill you in. But the question I have is, if the right deal is available, that means you will have to take on a decent amount of salary for this year. Would this team do it?
Without question. This ownership group, John Henry and Tom Werner, Mike Gordon, the entire Fenway Sports Group partnership have proved time and time again in our 2.5 decades that resources will not be a problem when it comes to doing everything we can to be a winning championship team for the now and for the long term. It is hard, and you have years where you don't meet expectations like we've had the last 2 years. So that is something that has always been a hallmark of this organization, and resources won't be a problem. Now, can we match up on a deal that makes sense? We'll have to see. What are the next couple of weeks going to bring? We don't know, but there's a great feeling in that clubhouse. There's a great vibe in the front office. AC and Brez are on the exact same page about what we're trying to do here. I really think the Boston Red Sox organization have an elite baseball operation right now, and it's a special time.
All right. Fun to watch. And the future got here.
Thanks, TC.
Maybe quicker than we thought, which is great.
Let's hope.
Maybe not quicker than you thought. Quicker than we thought. That's what we do. Sam, appreciate it. Sam
Thanks.
Kennedy with us as the Red Sox are rolling. No doubt about that. Tied for the best record in baseball since May 19th and getting great